Hello, everyone. Welcome to Verlita's Everything in Between podcast. I am your host, Verlita Odom, and this is my introductory episode of my podcast. I will be taking time to explain a bit of background information about myself, who I am, my education, my job experience, and life experiences. I think that as we go along together on this journey, knowing background information about the host, myself, will give you an idea and maybe even help you better relate to some of the thoughts and opinions that are expressed. It just always gives a bit of context to why a person says what they say or why they think the way they think. So I hope that you guys enjoy this first episode, and I look forward to many, many more. I'll see you after the break. I am from a small town in East Texas, born and raised, and I am the mom of 3, grandmother to 2. I have an associate's degree in general studies from a small college called Panola College. And from there, I transferred to Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas. Go Lumberjacks. While there, I had a double major in criminal justice and sociology. I graduated with honors. When I left there, I went to work for the following 10 years and put those degrees to work. Worked in criminal justice and in social services, doing jobs such as child services, juvenile probation, institutional parole, also worked at a women's shelter for domestic violence victims. So worked several jobs, got married during that time, expanded my family, and then my family went through a rather, very difficult time with a family member suffering a catastrophic injury, which really changed our lives. And after that, I decided to go back to school, and I earned my master's degree in social work. After about 2 years in graduate school, I graduated with my master's, and shortly after got my license. So I am an LMSW in Texas. I have worked primarily as a medical social worker in hospitals, mostly in long-term care or nursing homes, and also hospice. So, and also I went back to school and got my real estate license as well. So I do have both a license in real estate and in social work, but I do not use my license in real estate. I am a practicing professional social worker. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the last 20 years, all wrapped up in about 3 minutes. Just so you know, my podcast is going to be about all of those things I just mentioned. It's going to be about my family, the things I've experienced. It's going to be about my faith, about my education, my career, ups and downs. And along the way, of course, if there is anything that I mentioned that you have questions about, you can always send a voice message, and I will definitely try to listen to that as soon as possible and respond to that on my next podcast. And then also, just for those who over time start to listen on a regular basis, if you want to or choose to support my podcast, Anchor does have a way for you to donate or support so that I can grow and level up on my podcast. So that is, again, just a quick rundown of who I am and what I've done and how I've spent my life the last 20 years. Again, working mostly in social services and growing my faith and taking care of my family. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First, it's free. Second, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. That's pretty awesome. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other forums. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. And it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So I'm definitely excited about this new journey, and I do hope to have family members and friends join me for interesting conversations about things that are going on in the world and in our own lives. Of course, the conversations and comments that are made on my podcast are personal and do not represent any employer. This is my own personal podcast, and so I will be giving my opinions and discussing my own personal experiences and views. I do hope that there is something that you will hear or something that I share that will help someone along the way, because of course that is what we should all do if at all possible. If you can help someone, you should. So I'm excited, and I hope you are too. And until next time, take care.